All right. Once again, I would like to welcome all of you for this yet another continuation of the learning what we are having today. So we talked about communication skill, and then we talked about opening thought about networking. And I put a presentation for you to do a deep dive into learn about more about networking. It's all about how do you connect and grow and succeed. And the objective of this would be there is assignment where you need to work on creating a network map for you. Okay, that way you can expand your contacts, that way you can expand your visibility, that way you'll be able to tap into different opportunities. Okay, with that note, what do we have in the store? Okay, so the learning objectives to understand the value of professional networking. So that would be the learning objective. I've put in some nice insights for you to learn about it. And these are the agenda points. What does mean by networking? By the way, I'm not here to talk about anything about the network marketing. That's not the intention of this presentation, but more about this professional networking. Okay. And what is the importance of networking? Why is that I need to do the networking? I'm fine. No, but there is few aspects you need to do. And what is the purpose of networking? And identifying your core AOI. Write that down, AOI. I will cover that up when we get into the slide, AOI. And then networking map exercise. I'll teach about how you can do the networking map exercise. And then the closing thought. Okay, it's going to be quickly condensed information because there's nothing much you can share, but as part of this learning objective, I've put this aspect as well to share it with you. What is networking? Alfred, do you like to volunteer to read the content on your right-hand side, Alfred?
What is networking? In a professional setup, networking refers to the process of building and maintaining relationships with other professionals within or outside your college or organization.
Thank you, Alfred. It's as simple as that. If you just condense the entire statement into 2 words, it is nothing but maintaining relationship. That's it. What is that? You maintain the relationship within outside in your college or organization. Nothing. It's as simple as that you maintain the relationship. And how do you do that? That's what we are going to learn about. Okay. The importance of networking, write this down. It should be purely based on this one aspect called learning. That's why in the opening thought, what we saw, every other person you would come across, they know something or other, which means through the networking, the bottom line should be you should learn. Oh, this person has something. Oh, this person knows something. Because I'm part of different groups. When I was in Chennai, after I moved to the US, I go and attend in various other networking events. And my core intention would be, what is that I can learn from this person? Or what is this meeting is all about? Is there anything that I can learn from this X or Y or Z person on this area? Because every other person who I meet, they are expert in their own way. Okay. You should not do the networking with any other intention. For example, marketing, or you want to sell something, or you wanted to take advantage of that person disposition, or you cross some of the boundary. No, that should not be your intention. The main intention of networking, it's all about learn. What is that I can learn from my classmate, that person? You can do that in your, say, the bunch of students you have, right, in the first year MBA. Interact, you can create a networking map. Hey, this person, oh, Naina knows something about art. Oh, you know what, Atya, she's really good in critical thinking. Oh, probably I should learn that from her. Oh, Mr. Manoj, he is really smart in planning. Or maybe I should just learn how he does the planning, financial budgeting, or other in your curriculum wise, right? So you can do that exercise. Okay. But the bottom line is that you got to go with the intention of learning from others. Clear? Now you might get a question just to condense all this information, right? So these are the five different things. How many? These are the five different things. Primarily, you will do the networking. I've just put all this information in one slide rather than um, uh, making it to come one after the other. I would like to read it for you. The first is your career development. To learn about new roles, company, what is the latest trend is happening, what is the new aspect, how each and every industries are changing, how the landscape is changing. You know what? This is my more than 2 decades I'm in this IT journey. One thing I've noticed that every 4 to 5 years, the landscape is changing. The IT landscape is changing. And I have developed contacts from my first boss. His name is Karthik and also Kumar. They are the two people. And from them till now, I used to have some contacts to learn from them how this industry is changing, how the landscape is changing, where I need to position myself to have the longevity of my career. Correct? Second is finding opportunities. Where is the next opportunities coming? Every other move I made of all these 20 years, through networking, I was able to get different opportunities. There was a gentleman by the name Deepa from my previous organization. He was just, I happened to meet him in a different, on a different occasion. And through him, I got to know, you know what, there is a opening around on the cloud-based technology. And then through him, I just got to meet another gentleman. And then I took it, the journey about this, my next career move happened exactly through this networking because I was just keen in finding the next opportunities. All right, finding the job leads, internship, projects, because now you're no more a kid. Yeah, I repeat, you're no more a kid. Your journey, your life journey is already started. Your career journey is already started. You should not wait till your second year completion and then you start writing your resume at that time and then start preparing for your job. You are starting your first year MBA, and I must thank the college, Silicon City College management, particularly your HOD, Dr. Alexa. They're taking so much effort. It's not a simple thing. For the last 2 months, we've been talking, communicating the agenda, finalizing the content. There's so much thing is happening, which means you take you need to consider all this and start working in finding where is my next opportunity. Okay. And third aspect is why you do the networking. You need to do to create visibility. My friend Alfred is in the call. During his college time, he got great visibility because he's not a normal kid. When I say normal kid, he's like a Superman. He's a mix of Superman, Captain America, and Batman. Aren't you, Alfred? Your combination of these three-person, right?
Yes. Alex sir knows.
Do you want to add any more? So these three is sufficient.
Already you are covered, sir. You covered. Alex sir is giving thumbs up there.
Yeah, he was not a quiet guy. He was doing something or other in the college just to create the visibility. Remember, the more you are visible, for good reason, by the way, don't do things for bad visibility that's just going to spoil your career. Okay, so because there are quite a few things I was doing in my during my college days, in my workplace, every other company I moved, there were quite a few things I was networking. I was conducting events. I was part of different groups where I do the networking to create the visibility, so people know who's this guy. When somebody know who's this guy, then you create the brand. Yeah, and that will make you known in your field, in your college or company. In my field, in my IT field, or in my company, I my my department, we call it as a department, one group of competency. We have 2,000 people in just that one group, and everybody know me. How? Because there were quite a few things I was doing when I was there, and I used to conduct different workshops, different forums, so they know who I am. Okay, so that's how you. That's what. That's why your networking is really, really crucial, important. You cannot be a frog in a pond. If you're going to be like that, you can say, you know what, Arun, this is not my cup of tea. I don't like to do this networking. That's fine. No one is trying to push you to do this. But for you to grow and become a successful person, you got to do this. Okay. And the fourth point is about the mentorship and guidance. This is one of the interesting aspect, particularly in the last, roughly from 2016, the last 9 years, my journey when I founded my brand. I have a brand called MindsetMarinator. Um, I did. There's so many courses I've done, and I have mentors around all around the world. I have mentors to whom I go and learn about the career, about the health, about my mindset, about the fitness. I have coaches for my fitness because I'm a marathon runner, so I need to keep myself fit. So I have coaches, and I'm learning these days. I'm learning about finance, so I have a finance coach. I learned from my mentor about finance. By the way, I've completed a course as well recently. It's called First Millionaire Academy. I'm part of that FMA group. So in the networking, when you go, you learn from them. Now I'm part of close to some 4 to 5 different groups as well, authoring, book authoring. There is another group on my executive studies. uh, there's another forum for public speaking. There is another forum for the health related. So I'm part of different groups and I'm learning from them. Why I am explaining, giving much importance is that you also start think on those lines. You just can't think and sit and just saying that, you know what, I'm doing my first year MBA. That's it. Dot. You cannot say it like that. You got to expand your networking. You got to go and take part in different networking event, try to identify, because it's an open world. When I started my career 22 years ago, it was different story altogether. And now it's open world. It's a full of opportunities, I would say. Yeah. And then the fifth is about learning, staying updated, trend, best practices, tools. Oh, I am part of various other group, particularly on the learning, what's happening. And my area of interest is around the mindset and psychology. So I go and study about what's happening around this psychology um, aspect, and what is the research is happening, what are the best practices happening. And I was doing different roles, so every other role I used to go and learn from. When I was a project manager, I used to manage complex projects. I used to be part of the PMI group, which is called Project Management Institute, where I go and learn from other expert. Oh, you know what, these are the tools available. Oh, this is how we can plan for the contingency. Oh, you know what, this is how we can plan for handling all the dependencies. So the learnings are limitless. Okay. So this is the purpose of networking. I spend more time because if you know the purpose of anything you do, you will do well. Okay. Because networking, what is networking? Oh, no, 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 I don't know. Now at least you know what is the purpose of networking. Correct? Okay, nice. Oh, it's going to be a quick presentation, as I mentioned. In the next 2, 3 slides, we'll be able to wrap. So it's two-step process. So you can say, hey, sir, I understood what is networking, what is the purpose of networking. And I told you, just note on this AOI. Any cases, what would be AOI? Anyone from the audience? Can you say what would be the AOI? Any wild guess? Okay, not a problem. If you don't know, I can share that. It's nothing but area of interest. What is that? It is called area of interest. Yeah, it's a two-step process. What are you naturally inclined to? Okay, when it comes to what are my areas of interest? Okay, these are naturally. Don't worry, I'll give you an example. And the second process is in which area you want to catapult. The meaning of catapult is that you would like to elevate. Catapult, the meaning is elevate. Yeah. In which area you want to catapult your growth. So there are two-step process. I will give a simple example. I'll take my example. What are I'm naturally inclined to? I have close to dozens of things I'm naturally inclined to. I read about mind, mindset, psychology. I read about universe. Learn my inclination towards uh, God's creation, particularly nature, because I've been spending time with nature for the past close to 29 years. I'm spending time. So my interest is to study, to learn about more about the nature. And yeah, reading is one another thing I'm really inclined to read. Right now, I'm reading two books in parallel. Of all the things I do, still I find time to read. So which means I'm naturally inclined to reading, and I'm a content creator. I write my content, and I'm a YouTuber. So I shoot videos and put in the in my channel, and I do this mentoring. I do one-on-one coaching. There are a bunch of things I'm naturally inclined to. Okay. But in which area I want to catapult my growth? That's $1 million question, correct? So my area is around anything around psychology, mind psychology, because by the way, I'm a psychology student as well. I've been studying about psychology for the past 20 years. So I want to elevate my growth around the psychology, around mindset. That's the reason I have my brand called Mindset Marinator. Okay, because there are a lot of things I worked on my mindset, and now I live a different life altogether. So mindset is one thing, psychology is one thing, and then conducting these kind of workshops and session is one thing where I really wanted to catapult to my growth. So I identified some 3 to 5 different area where I want to take my growth. From 12, at least now I know at least 3 areas. So you got to identify the areas. Just write this question. What are the areas I am naturally inclined to? Or what are my area of interest? Okay. You have interest in arts, business, or chess, or drawing, correct? But you really wanted to take your career in the arts, or chess, or drawing, or business. That's where you need to focus. And when you identify that area, say for example, you wanted to learn more about business, then you identify that area and then you develop the networking around that. It's as simple as that. Okay, I've simplified. So when you in the start working, where you really want to develop the growth, right? Identify, and then you keep walking towards that. That's how I've been building my career all these 20 plus years. I've identified my area, then I've been working on it, and I'm developing the growth, marching towards the growth. Yeah. Okay. So this is the last part of this presentation, and it's 11:30. We'll just take another 5 minutes or so, and then we should be able to wrap it. Okay. Does anyone know what is mean by networking map? Any of your students, Alexa, Alfred, any one of you networking map? If you don't know, you can say. That's why I'm here to share, to teach. But just that, is any one of you know what is mean by networking map? Alfred, Nina, Atya, do you know?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't know, then that's why I'm here as a trainer coming to teach you guys. Okay, it's so simple. Okay, your response. It helps you to draw some kind of a diagram. Okay, knowing people in your own circle, and then where you want to grow. Whatever I said, you put that in a kind of a map. It's as simple as that. I have put that example in the presentation I will show you. Also, I prepared a separate PDF, which I will share it with your HOD, sir. And you can take that copy, take a printout, and then you can work on it to create your networking map. That, of course, that's going to be your exercise, next week exercise. Okay. So the exercise goes like this. Start with yourself in the center of the page. You can do that in your uh, with a simple example. When I show, you can do that and draw branches to the categories of people. You know what? This is my current workers. This is my former colleagues. In your case, it could be your UG friends, your school friends, your neighbors. Correct? So something like that. And who are my the professors, the professional contacts from events. You might have attended a symposium. Oh, you know what? I met this professor there. Oh, you know what? For my project, his contact would be needed. Correct? Yeah. Under each category, list their names. And fourth is important, reflect. Who could you reconnect with? Oh, you know what? I want to do a project around this finance. I met this person from this so and so company. Probably I should have a connect with him to learn how the finance aspect is working in his company. Okay. So in the reflect is what you'll try to find out, where do you need more connection, because you may be weak in some areas. So you need to focus on that to build more connection. And then who can help him? That's a very important aspect. That's where I focus in my network map. That's where I focus. Who can help me to reach my next goal? Because I've been working on my goals. In fact, every year I used to work on my. Oh, we have a goal setting. Also, I will share you. Oh, the next session is about the goal setting. So I will share more about the goal setting. So you can think of who can help me to reach to the next level. Next level in the sense, oh, you know what? Now I'm starting my MBA. Now I want to get expertise on this particular subject. Correct? Something like that. It goes like this. Someone can take a screenshot of this. Yeah. So you see, you're in the center. You're in the center, and then the mentor's advisor, the industry contact, your co-worker manager, friends and family. Hmm? Take a screenshot of this, Alexa. And also what I did, I just filled one thing. So this is just, I put some random name, few informations are some of them, and the remaining ones are just, I filled in. These are not real names. Huh? Yeah, so I have Ron, a communication coach, and Lokesh Master as my fitness coach. Okay, you know what? These are the, I met him in the tech summit. Do I need to connect with him? Data analytics, this gentleman, oh yeah, for my next opportunity, do I need to connect with him? Yeah, they are my co-workers, right? Prakash is formerly friends. And so center of you try to do this map. The simplicity is what I mentioned, there's just the four, right? You can have multiple. You can have, say, six, seven, eight. More the network is good, but at the same time, you don't need to expand too much because the magnet of that would become dilute. Okay. Um, so that's a quick thought about this network map. That's an objective of this presentation. I will send you some PDF file which I created, how you can write down those names. Once you have those names, how you can put that into a kind of a network map as you are starting your PG in the first year. It's very, very important for you to have these things in your awareness so that you can start developing your networking. Yeah, I need a volunteer who can read the closing thought. With that, we'll get into the exercise. I mean, the learning objective exercise. Any volunteers would like to read what you see on the screen? And Naina, you wanted to go for it?
Start building your network and increase your network in terms of knowledge, contacts, visibility, opportunities, etc.
Thank you. Thank you. So your net worth is nothing but not only the money aspect, right? Your knowledge, contacts, have contacts in different for storytelling, I have a mentor, I have a contact. For book authoring, I have a contact. Right. So the more you know, your knowledge, your visibility, the opportunity get expanded. So you can't be like a frog in the pond. You got to get out of that kind of a mindset because you got a beautiful life and you got to chase towards your dream to become a successful person. Okay. Yeah. learning outcome. So to understand the value of professional networking, I hope you learned something about what is mean by networking and what is mean by networking map, correct? And so the networking exercise is what you guys have to do. Can someone take a screenshot of this? Create a network. So every other student will do this exercise. Create a networking map based on your current circle of known contact, and add new 5 contacts pertinent to your futuristic career plan. Whatever your core stream is, identify some new contacts, right, in your area. You have LinkedIn, you have any other forum or other, you can be part of any of the networking event. That's how you build. Okay. Then get those new people contact also put that in your, it's not that you need to finish off that in your next week itself, right? You can take the next 6 months period of time for you to identify the new contacts, start developing, we thought, right, maintaining relationship. Okay. Get those person into your radar, into your world, and then start learning from that person and how that person can help you in your career growth. Okay. So the network exercise PDF, I will share it with your HOD sir, so you can get that from him for your reference. Okay. Yeah. What did we learn today? We learned about what is mean by networking. Yeah. Connecting and maintaining professional network, importance of networking. Networking is nothing but to learn. Yeah. Purpose of networking, we saw 5 different aspects, correct? Visibility, identifying job opportunity, learning, growth, correct? And then identifying your core area of interest. Okay. You identify your list of where naturally you're inclined to, and then you will develop, or rather you will choose something where you want to elevate your growth. Okay. Closing thought, we talked about your network equivalent to your net worth. Okay. So that's pretty much what I have on my table to share across. With that, I am going